Okay, so here we are on the Social Responsibility Project. This one's found in Module 6. It's due on 4/7. Again, it needs to be started early. There are two parts to this, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. I'll show you a breakdown of the paper. This has to be submitted in two places. The first one is going to be on the discussion board so that you can share your presentation with your classmates. The next one has to be at this link so that I can review it and give you feedback on the presentation. So make sure that that's done before the due date, and if you're having any trouble, make sure you let me know so that I can help you in any way. So first of all, let's look at the project itself, and that's this one right here. So you're going to volunteer for an organization to make a positive impact on society. And we gave you all kinds of examples. You should have already selected that, whether you've told me or not, but I'm hoping you have somebody in mind. So you need to be creative in your choice. Pick something that you're comfortable with. Pick something that you're interested in. So there are two submissions for this. You've got to submit this week who you're going to have your project with. And you'll find that in the module we're doing this week. You'll find that link. It's worth 10 points. I'll tell you yes, no, or whatever when I grade it. And if it's inappropriate or I don't think it'll work, I'll email you immediately. So that's the thing you have to do this week. So this one is due this week, and you're going to make sure that the organization you've selected you've talked to, because some of them have training sessions you may have to do, and some of them may need a background check, which may cost you money. Which I'm sure they're not going to pay for it. So if you have to have a background check, it would probably be on your nickel. So talk to them before you start getting all excited about it. Make sure it's going to fit for you. And you need to make sure that you can have a verification letter, because you're going to have a PDF file of a letter from the organization you worked with saying that you did actually do the work. That should be on their letterhead, by the way. So after you get that done and you're set and ready to go, then we can start in on the details. Okay, you're going to create a PowerPoint that you narrate, and it should be about 5 minutes long. It should be probably 5 to 6 slides. And it's worth 20 points. Just that is worth 20 points. So the maximum length, that's what I'm saying, is worth 20 points. Slide 1 should have the project title and your name, obviously. Slides 2 through 4 should have a project overview. What did you do? Okay, provide some visual evidence, a picture of you doing something or something to that effect. And if you include pictures of people from the organization, you have to have their permission from them to use them in your slideshow. In the next slide, I'm assuming this would be what you did, evidence of it, and maybe a picture of the facility or whatever. So about 3 slides in this area, minimum. I'm beginning to think that I need to get a sound room to do recording in. Sorry, I had a phone call. So this is your social responsibility and the way it's project and the way that it needs to be turned in. Make sure you get with me if you're having any trouble so we can get it correct. So let's look at the project itself. And I think I had you here, and then the phone rang, and then I got confused. So on the third slide, the third last slide, why XYZ, say why you picked this organization, explain why it's so important that you volunteered for this, or that you do the project for them. Give statistics to support your cause, and that gives you some examples here. If it's a homeless shelter, what % of people are homeless? Just give some stats that backs up why they exist and why they're important. Then you can look at the second last slide. What impact did this project have on you? And that's worth 8 points. So how did this affect you? Did you learn something more? Did it touch your heart? Did it have you think or reflect in a different way? And then finally on the last slide is the PDF letter that verifies that you worked with this organization. And so that comes up to what? 1, 2, 3, maybe about 7 or 8 slides. And then on each slide, you just want to casually talk about it as you're going through it and add your voice to the project. There is a handout for creating and converting a PowerPoint presentation into a video. It actually shows you how to insert. You just create your PowerPoint just as you normally would, and then this will help you insert your voice. The only thing you may have to get is a microphone, or if you've got a good microphone in your laptop or computer, it may just pick up from there. So, and then this will walk you through it. I do have also a video that I'll dig up that will walk you through it. So this is pretty extensive here with arrows and everything kind of. So if you run into any problems, you can get in touch with your local Ivy Tech instructional design department. I'm pretty good with it, so you can also email me for superficial questions or easy questions. I usually can answer. This is real easy to do, so it shouldn't scare you off. The only thing is you do have to have PowerPoint. And you can all get that free through Ivy Tech, so make sure you have that loaded on your machine. So this is the same thing as the other ones. You want to summarize what I told you. You might want to include the phone calls and the dings and the dongs and everything else that went off. It's due. You want to tell me when it's due, where it's found, how it's supposed to be presented. How many times do you have to submit, or what are your submissions? Just let me know that you understand this. Again, give me questions, and I'll put them in a database so that everybody can read them and understand also. Because if you have a question, somebody else does also. So, and then as we get closer to this project, you need to keep me informed. It would be really nice if you could send me a timetable. When are you going to have this done? Or at least make a timetable for yourself so that you are making sure you're on the mark with it. I can't think of anything else. Here's the rubrics for it right here at the bottom. Pretty well lays out what you need. So it's also worth 100 points. So you have the values, you have this one, and you have the course impact paper that are worth quite a few points. So this is kind of important. And I think that's all I can babble about right now. So please email with questions.